Welcome to the Cryptosphere. This is Cryptogenic coming at you. Today is Tuesday, October 19th at 12 noon here in drizzly, rainy California. Love the smell of the rain. My daughter opened her window this morning and the smell of the rain just came pouring into the house, and I just love, this is my favorite time of year. I love the fall. Today in today's video, what I want to talk to you about is the case for a $124,000 to $300,000 Bitcoin. Most of you follow the blockchain backer, I'm sure. I highly respect the blockchain backer. I've learned a lot from the blockchain backer. Just got a little bit of a different perspective than he does. He relies upon Fibonacci analysis, Fibonacci extensions, and so forth. But in his last video, he demonstrated that even from the perspective of Fibonacci extensions and retracements, there is a case for a $170,000 to $300,000 Bitcoin. If you've been following my channel for any period of time, you know that I rely upon simple trend analysis. I look at trend lines, I look at RSI, I look at MACDs, and I put those three things together and they give me data points. So what I'm going to give you today are three reasons why I believe Bitcoin is going to break $170,000 in this cycle. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to happen by December 31st. Timing is a little bit tricky. It could happen early next year, first quarter next year, but I'm simply saying that in this cycle, I'm seeing the top of Bitcoin at between $177,000 and $300,000. Looking at my macro monthly chart, whoops, sorry, let me get rid of this monkey shine. I was experimenting with some fractals here a bit earlier. But looking at this monthly chart of mine, this takes Bitcoin up minimum 131,000 to 325,000. I believe we're going to break above this line, and I'm going to show you why. All right. So first of all, what I see happening is that there's been three waves. The first wave started over here, and the top of that wave is there, 374%. The second wave started here, and the top of that wave was here, about 1,500%. And now we're in a third wave here that's beginning. It's already really begun. And the question is, how high is this wave going to go? Where do we draw this? Well, first thing, if we look at the RSI, you notice that what has happened in the RSI has followed what's happened in the price action. So we touch the bottom of the trend line here in the RSI. Then we go up and touch the top of the trend line in the RSI. We come back down. We broke under the bottom here. Then we broke back up and touched the top. All right. Then what happened? We came down. We broke under the bottom. And now we're on our way towards the top here again. Now, juxtapose this against what's happened in the price action, and here's what we see. When the RSI moved to the top, so did the price. When the RSI moved to the top, so did the price. Here what we saw is that the RSI touched the top before the price touched the top, which means that the top of the RSI on the weekly chart is not necessarily the top of the price. We saw it here where the RSI touched the top here, but the price didn't touch the top for another few weeks. Same thing here. The RSI touched the top in January. The price didn't touch the top until March, which means this was bearish divergence. When we touch the top of this trend line here, the RSI is telling us that the momentum is over, especially if the RSI gets rejected at the top of the trend line. The RSI is telling us the momentum is over. You hear what I'm saying? Which means that the momentum is not over until the RSI touches the top of the trend line. The RSI is bullish here. The RSI is only halfway there. Now, when the RSI was halfway there here on this run, what happened at that point? When the RSI was halfway there, we still had another 500% in the tank. When the RSI was halfway there on this run, we still had another 271% in the tank. The RSI is now halfway there. I think we have between 271 and 500% in the tank, somewhere in between there. Now, if we go from here, 271%, that takes us up to 235,000. If we go 501%, which I don't think we're going to do, that takes us to like 380,000, something like that. So even just from the perspective of looking at the trend in the RSI and the trend in the price action, we still have between 271% and 500% to go before Bitcoin actually hits its top. What I'm looking for is the RSI to touch the top of this line and turn around. And when the RSI gets rejected at the top of this line, that tells me that we've got a few weeks left still for Bitcoin to rise before it hits its top. We are not there yet, people. Now, let's take a look actually at this MACDs. Here, what we're finding in the MACDs is that Bitcoin breaks bullish, but when the MACDs break bullish, the RSI and the price action have gone first. The MACDs kind of lag behind. If I go back in here and take a look at this a little bit more clearly, what we're going to see, let's see, is the bottom of the trend was here. Like this is the bottom where it already started towards the top. Same thing over here. The bottom of the trend was here. This was the bottom where it already started towards the top. The RSI and the price hit the bottom at the same time, but the MACDs lagged, right? So from March 9th to April 20th, it was about a month and a half to 2-month lag, almost 2 months, not quite 2 months, month and a half lag in the RSI. In the MACDs. Same thing here where we hit the bottom here and the MACDs were still bearish. So the price action had already broken bullish, but the MACDs were still bearish. The MACDs were lagging behind. But here, the RSI hit the bottom before the price did, and the RSI had already bounced, and that was a sign that the price was getting ready to bounce, okay? So the RSI often goes before, and then the price, and then the MACDs. But when the MACDs turn, after the RSI is turned, and the price turned, that's bullish, bullish, bullish. And what we're looking at here is on this Bitcoin chart, we are bullish, bullish, bullish. So the top of this bull market for Bitcoin is not in yet. We've still got quite a while to go. When the RSI touches the top of this line and gets rejected at that line, then I will start proclaiming, just as I was proclaiming over here, once the RSI touched the top of this line and we got some bullish divergence, I already started proclaiming that the energy had left the wine in Bitcoin, that Bitcoin was getting ready to turn. It's just simple. My TA is just so simple in that regard. I'm simply looking for the now. If the RSI makes a lower high than this, that's a different story. Then we're breaking down, and if we break beneath this trend, that's a different story. If we get rejected there, but all of the indicators are telling me that that's not going to happen. The indicators are telling me that Bitcoin is bullish, bullish, bullish. Now, if Bitcoin is bullish, that means the rest of the altcoin market is also bullish. They're simply going to lag behind Bitcoin. At a certain point, XRP's RSI is going to move to the top of this line. At a certain point, the RSI of BCH is going to move to the top of this line, and Bitcoin Cash's price is going to move to the top of this line as well. The difference is, what I'm looking at with Bitcoin here is that Bitcoin is going to break through this trend. Bitcoin started making a new trend over here in February. I'm expecting Bitcoin to reach toward the top of this line. And if Bitcoin reaches toward the top of this line, depending on where it touches down on that line will determine what the price is of Bitcoin. And I cannot rightly determine that, but I definitely believe that we've got somewhere between 270 and 500% in the tank before Bitcoin hits the top. And that is very bullish for the crypto market in general. That's bullish for XRP. That's bullish for BCH. But the one thing I will say is that what that means is that the real altcoin season is not going to break out until Bitcoin tops out and starts to move downward. When that happens, then we're going to see the altcoins totally explode, which means that between now and the end of the year is going to be bullish, but that is not the end of the bull market. The bull market does not end on January 1st. and we are not going into a multi-year bear market immediately on January 1st. I think this bull market can continue well into next year, maybe through the end of Q1, maybe even into Q2 a little bit before Bitcoin finally tops out, and then the altcoins go crazy, and that's going to be really, really cool to see. All right, folks, that's enough for today. It's just a quick check-in. Hope you all are well. Hey, do me a favor, and if you like this video, like it, subscribe to this channel, and drop me a line telling me what you enjoyed about this content. And if you did not like this video, please dislike it. Give me a thumbs down, and then drop me a comment telling me that you think I'm an idiot. And then make sure you're not subscribed to this channel. That feedback is helpful for me as well. Also, remember that this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just drawing lines on a chart and telling you what I think. Stop by my Patreon if you're interested in the cryptogenic portfolio. All of my charts there for gold and platinum members are available 24/7. And above all, make it your aim to sleep in peace every night, wake in joy every morning, and walk in love every day. This is Cryptogenic, signing out.